Heather. I'm mom to Rémy, who's 16 months old. And some of my favorite posts out there are about what a child is working at a given stage. I love these posts because I always learn a thing or two, and I'm eager to pick up on things for Rémy. But I also like watching them because I find it fascinating to see how children grow and change over time. You can really see that when they're playing. A lot of these videos are about what's on their Montessori shelves or what activities they've been working on that month. That's wonderful. I love that. But I'm actually more excited to see what's the big picture. So with that in mind, I give you our month 15. This is going to be the big projects that we've been working on, what we've been playing with on our shelves, additional indoor activities. It's going to be our outdoor activities, the practical life practices that we've started, and the books that we've been really into and reading again and again during the month. I'm going to go ahead and provide a list and links of everything that we're going to cover down below. You're going to see a lot of products from the Lovevery subscription kits on our shelves. And I know that a lot of you aren't going with that. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and provide items in the description box that would cover the same skills, but for those of you who don't want to go with a subscription model. So let's check out what we've been doing for month 15. One of the big ideas that we've been working on this month is color. I'm not expecting him at this point to be able to correctly identify different colors, but we've been easing into the idea that things come in different colors, that colors exist. And the way that we've been doing that is just exposing him to the idea of colors in many different ways. One thing that we've been doing is scanning art books for colors. So we read through and point to the different colors. He really enjoys making connections between the rainbow stacker that's on his shelf right now and the colors that he sees in his books and other toys that are around him. We've also been practicing coloring, and as he colors, I go ahead and name the different colors that are showing up on the paper. We'll be coming out with a full color unit video soon, and that's going to cover really everything that we've been into during this color phase. This month saw Rémy really get into stacking and nesting quite a bit more than he has been in the past. Of course, he's been working on block stacking. So he's been into trying to stack 2 or 3 blocks at a time. This takes quite a bit of coordination and balance to try to engineer it to do that. He's also been stacking rings onto a dowel. I like this one in particular because the dowel moves and allows for a little bit more leeway, but we do have other dowel stackers that he plays with. He's also finding quite a bit of success and enjoyment in working with canisters. He's loved these because he's loved opening and closing them and nesting them, but he is now able to stack 3 or 4 canisters high, and he really gets a kick out of it. Along with nesting the canisters from the cupboard, he really is obsessed with this nesting canister set that came in one of the Lovevery kits back before he was even a year old. And this set is great because it has different ways to open up the tops, and he can sit there and try different configurations, practice opening and closing the different canisters, and he will become quite engrossed in this activity for many minutes. He continues his nesting fun with a felt nesting bowl set that we received in one of the kits, and he loves taking these out, making little towers with them, and then putting them back in, sometimes in the right order, sometimes not, but he really treats this as a fun little puzzle. I've been really impressed with this ball chute that came in one of our kits. It at first looked like just another slick toy, but then I realized how great it was because it had all of these openings in the box in the bottom, and he really has enjoyed the process of learning how to open each of these things. This month we introduced the coin box. He's been working on having his hands manipulate the coins and drop them into the slot in the top. And he also likes practicing opening the box at the bottom. This takes quite a bit of effort and actually has been an exercise in overcoming frustration. He's also been working on his fine motor skills with his little wallet. He's just starting to work the zipper, and he loves taking the credit cards out and trying to put them back in again. He's been really into his wood car and little peg driver that sits in the top. He likes to take this little driver and car and roam around the house, whether it be over floors or chairs or tables, and he makes the cutest little vroom vroom sounds as he's roaming about. A music basket typically sits on our shelves, and he loves to get out the drums and pound away. He loves to get out the triangle and loves the sound that that makes, and he likes to make a lot of noise with the cymbals. I mentioned the rainbow stacker for our color unit that we're working on, but I need to mention them again. They've really been the MVP of this month. I didn't expect too much of them. I kind of thought they were pretty and they might be fun to stack, but he has found all sorts of ways to use them and enjoy them. He's been working on a shape puzzle. It's a puzzle that has multiple sizes of circles, and it's been very interesting to watch because at this point he likes to put the shape in the correct spot and then take it out and try it in all of the other spots. And so the puzzle is almost never fully finished. He's always popping ones in and out. A real game changer in the household is when I took the Play-Doh and changed it from being a set-up activity to being something that sits on the shelf. And as soon as he was able to choose, he ended up choosing to play with Play-Doh quite a bit. So we have ended up engaging in dough play multiple times a day. Month 15 has been the point in time where Rémy can now independently crawl up and over the top of his Pikler Triangle. He loves the feeling at the top. He waves to us when he reaches the apex, and he very carefully maneuvers himself down. He's still really into feats of maximum effort, so he loves picking up this giant medicine ball that we have and walking it over to the bed. He's currently into all things unicorn. He has his unicorn rocking horse, but he also has a unicorn head that was given to me a couple Christmases ago that he loves to watch me in and try to walk around in as well. This is the first month that Rémy got into all of his stuffed animals. He knows all of their names, and he loves to snuggle with them and carry them around and take care of them. This month has been the tail end of summer for us in Southern California, even though it was October. And so Rémy ended up spending quite a lot of time outside and quite a bit of that time in the water. He spent hours each day practicing scooping up water into different containers and then either dumping it out or more carefully pouring it into other containers. He really enjoyed using his watering can and got much, much better at being able to point that watering can at specific areas. Although he likes to go for a ride in his little red wagon, he really enjoys going out front and pulling it all over the yard. This month he really got into his swing. Before he was a little more timid, but now he loves it when you push really high. We've been taking morning walks around the neighborhood. We've done quite a few color walks so as to tie into our big unit. But sometimes we just check out gardens, spot parrots, and visit the neighbors' dogs. The place Rémy's actually been spending the most time is out in the dirt. It's been so great that we actually put together a whole video on the 10 benefits of playing in the dirt and 10 activities he's really been into. So if you're interested in seeing what that's about, check out the video. At month 15, Rémy's pretty stable and very excited to help out around the house. So we've seen many practical life activities in full swing. For months now, he's been watching his papa water the garden every morning. And slowly but surely, he's learned how to control his little watering can and now the big watering can to help out and water as well. We launched a bed making practice a month ago that we captured on video, and I'll link that below. And he continues to engage in that process and loves to smooth the sheets out. For a couple months now, he has prepped for snack by setting his little table in his playroom. He brings over his bowl and cup and napkin. Whenever possible, I've been trying to include him in food prep. And for us, this has meant breaking apart mushrooms, because we eat a lot of mushrooms in the house, and chopping soft vegetables with his little wooden knife. After meals, he's been helping me clean up in the kitchen by using his little broom. At month 14, we relaunched a toothbrush practice, and I'll go ahead and link that video below. But a month later, we're continuing that practice. He's fighting it less and less, and he's becoming more independent. He's continued his love affair with hand washing, and he now understands that every time we have a diaper change or he comes in from working out in the dirt, that we need to wash his hands. Rémy continues to be very interested in reading, and we've leaned into this in a couple of ways. The first is our interactive read-along baskets. I made a video about this for anybody who's interested, and I'll link that below. But he really continues to love to make connections between different objects and what he's seeing in his books. We've done a couple of baskets that have been big hits. The first is a basket with the book Goodnight Farm. He loves all of the animals in this book, and he really loves making the connections every time we turn the page. The second basket that I put together was for big and little items. And there's a book that has many big and little items in it, and then I put additional big and little items in the basket, and he and I were able to sort through those items. He's getting pretty good at identifying what is big and what is little. The second thing we do is provide a book basket with a selection of board books he can choose from. He's still not able to handle paper pages without the impulse to rip bubbling up. So for now, we're sticking with board books. He has his favorites, the ones he turns to again and again. And here's his top 10 books for month 15. We have Goodnight Moon, a classic that should be on everyone's shelf, The Very Hungry Caterpillar, Colorful Foods, which is tied into our color unit, a lovely little book called Every Little Thing, that's the Bob Marley song. We have Deep Sea Dive, which is a tab pull-up book that he likes to interact with. 5 Little Monkeys Jumping on the Bed, we turned that into a song. Mr. Brown Can Moo, Can You, he loves the sound effects. Go Dog Go, that has been a favorite forever. Giraffes Can't Dance, he loves giraffes at this point. and Disney Babies 1 to 10, which is a counting book. So now you've seen everything that we were up to last month. It's been a tremendous month of growth, so I've had a blast watching him. And it's amazing because no two lists like this would ever be the same. That's because every child is different. Their interests are different, their developmental stage is different, and their environment's different. So I'm interested to hear what activities are working great for you. What are you working on? I hope that you've found a few good ideas tucked in here. If you have, please subscribe. We'll be putting out videos on play and learning and literacy every week. Thanks for watching.